Some folks are dead set against modulating. They think it's too show busy or it's campy, or if you can get away with it, it's like it's cloying. It's one of those, what's the matter, kind of thing. Some of my favorite records have modulations in them. I have a blog. It's called Jon Carroll's Blogspot. If anybody's interested, I have an essay. It's very short about Bobby Hebb's "Sonny." Sonny, thank you for the don. That everybody, I don't know, we know that song. Every single verse of that is followed. My sunny one shines so sincere, sunny one so true, I love you. Sunny. It modulates 5 times. And it modulates so much. There's actually one of the things that I pointed out in the essay about it is that the bass player, players modulating, everything is different every time a player modulates, unless the guitar player is putting a capo on every time. Generally speaking, I don't do that. Let the record be straight that I never auto-modulate any of these keyboards, because one of the fun things about playing in another key is that it does different things. The architecture is different, and things happen. And anyway, for what that's worth. That modulates 5 times, and the bass player plays a very quick, pretty blatant clam, like toward the end. And it's just one of those things. It's at the end of the record. It's like it's not gonna prevent. Nobody's gonna say, "I like that record till I heard that bad note in the bass." You never hear that. So that modulates every single time. That's an extreme point. One of my favorite modulations. Darling, you are my shining star. Don't you go away. Whatever. Honey, I'll never leave you lonely. Give my love to you only. So it's a thing that happens without the modulation until it goes, love you only, darling, you are my shining star. It's great. I defy anybody to say that ain't a cool thing. Those are all valid considerations. I remember Charlie McCollum wrote for the Washington Star. And it was like one of those great music writer things where they give themselves away as not being musicians. He said Rod Stewart was nursing a cold at this particular show and was forced to sing some of the songs several octaves lower. Oh, wow! He was sick. I think the gist of what you're referring to is, how jarring, it shouldn't ever be jarring, unless sometimes, Fire by the Ohio Players is just a great one. It just jumps to the next key, but it's grooving and pops into a great key. There's this thing that I refer to as harmonic cartilage, and it's connective tissue or however you want to put it. But there, in the jazz world, and I remember I was at University of Miami, and I did not know what a 2-5-1 was until someone asked me, and I went, a 2-5-1? Okay, well, that was great, man. Thanks a lot. you know. But there are great case in point. Yesterday. Now, perhaps the first time Paul McCartney played that on a guitar, yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. You know, and then yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. So there's always a fourth away or a fifth away from the next chord or the previous chord. That is your pathway, your connective tissue in between keys. The song "The Rich Man's Daughter." People say, "Wow, that's cool chords. That's like jazz chords." Like, no, it ain't jazz. They're not jazz chords. But is it? Right? I'll give myself away. I didn't know it until after I wrote it, but it's a gospel thing. Is nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Gotta have something if you wanna be with me. Don't you remember I told you? Whatever. I'm a soldier. It's all. Every one of those is going from 2 to 5 to 1. 2 to 5 to 1. That's a 6 chord, but if I want to make it a 2 to 5, and diminished chords come in real handy. And everybody knows diminished chords. There's only 3 of them in the universe, because right. So whenever you need to go, so a lot of, you can diminish chord. By the time that's got so much tension in it that whatever the next chord that you are going to play can be a major chord, a minor chord. It can be your leading chord. It can be your destination chord. So like, so you can get into and out of many different as many keys as you want to get into. This Masquerade has got a great, that bridge goes into entirely other key, and it always comes back around. The great thing about departing from a key, unless it's a modulation, then it's, hey, we're on our way out, and this is the big chorus, and we want to do it higher. I had a song in Starling Vocal Band, War Surplus Baby. It modulated down, which it was the last verse, and I figured it was going to calm down. Let's modulate it down. So as far as getting into and out of different keys, there are ways of doing that, but look at the note right next door to the chord that you're headed. And that's where your connective tissue is. On the guitar, it's the next fret down. Play with those diminished chords, because diminished chords they function like super seventh chords, dominant seventh chords, because they can point more directions. The tension is leaning more directions than That's leaning, whereas that's going there, but that's going Some say that we're reckless. They say we're much too young. Tell us to stop before we've begun. We've got to hold out till graduation. Try to hang on, Maxine, while the world is sleeping. We'll meet at Lincoln Mall. Talk about life, the meaning of it all. Try to make sense of the suburban sprawl. Try to hang on, Maxine. Don't even know all these changes. Mexico City is in another world. Nice this year, they say. You'll be my senorita in jeans and pearls. But first, let's get off this highway. This highway. Move out to Manhattan and fill the place with friends. Drive to the coast, then drive right back again. Someday we'll wake up, make love until then. Try to hang on, Maxine. Where the hell's it go? Maxine. The Donald Fagen song. That's as many chords as you ever want to have in a song.